You should be generating income while you're asleep. Good morning. You should be generating income while you're asleep. We are building wealth, okay? We cannot do that if we are always working, go, 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 never sleep, never sleep. It's not gonna work out, okay? If you are not making income while you are asleep, we have to fix that today, not tomorrow. Not 2027, it has to get fixed today, okay? Because time is of the essence. I also want you guys to understand this. Good morning. You should be making money while you are on these apps. So many of you guys are on here from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Good morning. You're always on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, whatever. But you're not even getting paid to be here, okay? Unacceptable. Not gonna fly. Moving forward, starting today, every time we post, every time we go live, every time we do anything on these apps, we should be generating our income, building our business. If we're not doing that, we gotta fix it today. Ladies, I also want you guys to understand this. You only need one digital product in your store. Got a little loud. You only need one digital product in your store. Okay, some of y'all are overthinking the process and you're trying to have about 50 products. Just one, okay? And that one product that you choose to create and sell will literally change your entire life. How do I know that? Because my digital product business changed mine. You guys, I started this full time 6 years ago during COVID, okay? And when I first started, you guys, I lost a lot of weight. I lost 100 pounds. So I took all that knowledge that I learned on my weight loss journey, how to eat right, how to exercise, and I changed my mindset, and I put that in an ebook. And then I started selling that to other people who also wanted to learn how to lose weight too, okay? So there's something that you already know how to do. And whatever it is, that's what you need to be selling. But the problem with you is you live in fear. Good morning. On my life, fear stands for fuck everything and run, and that's what you've been doing for years. You have been running away from your brilliant ideas for years. You have been running away from your $1 million ideas for years because you are so fearful of what people are going to think. You are so fearful of looking stupid. You are so fearful of failing. And all of that fear that you have, that you refuse to let go of, is the same exact fear, good morning, that is stealing your dream life from you. Okay? You've already done the manifestation board time and time again. You already know what kind of house you want to buy. You already know what kind of car you want to drive. You already know what side of town you want to live on. You know which vacations you want to take. You know how much money you want to leave your children. And every single day that you live in fear is another day that you could have been living your dream life, but you choose not to. And we got to fix it, because it's getting in the way. We gotta fix it today, not tomorrow, not next week. It has to get done today, all right? Now, what I wanna know is this, good morning. Who on this live is fed up of their own BS, meaning they are tired of always starting and stopping and giving up? They are tired of not believing that they can do this. They're tired of putting other people before themselves. They're tired of having excuse after excuse. If that is you, go ahead and put me in the chat. This is a judgment-free zone. I also want to know who on this live is fed up with living paycheck to paycheck. You did that last year. You've been doing it for years, and you're fed up and you want something different. If that is you, good morning. Go ahead and put me in the chat. I also want to know who on this live has no clue as to what a digital product is. If you don't know, or you just know a little bit, go ahead and put me in the chat, because I'm gonna teach you. For those of you guys who have never seen my face before, good morning, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, okay? I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of information. My name is Coach Jazz. I'm gonna teach you guys how to build your online business. So we're gonna create the product and sell it. But most importantly, I'm gonna teach you how to build yourself. Believe it or not, ladies, you have a lot of things going on in this pretty head of yours that is holding you back. We gotta build you. You've done everything but fix you. You've bought course after course, but at what point are you gonna fix you? We gotta build your consistency. We gotta build your confidence. We gotta build your self-belief, your discipline, your ability to tell people no so that you can have time to focus on yourself. Clock that. We gotta build your priorities. We gotta build the standards, okay? I'm gonna be giving you a lot of information this morning. It would be in your best interest to take notes. If I know anything about you, you are human and you are bound to forget because you always do. Life, and stresses, okay? But if you take notes, anything that I say that you happen to forget, you can refer back to your notes and get it done. The key word of this live is going to be execution. Good morning. You guys are going to hear me say this word about 50 million times, so get ready because I need it to stick in your pretty head. Psychology has proven that the more we hear something over and over again, the more it sticks. I need you to execute. That's what you're not doing. So not only are you going to write things down, you're gonna do what we talk about. You're not gonna make excuses anymore. You're not gonna hop from this live to another. You're not gonna archive one YouTube video and then watch 10 more. You're gonna execute. That's what you're not doing, okay? So we gotta execute. If I say anything this morning that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen, like, comment, and share the live. The more we interact with this live, the more YouTube and TikTok will push this live to more people. And believe it or not, there are a lot of women who want to build their online business. They're tired of lacking confidence. They're tired of not putting themselves first too. Okay, so just like this live found you, let's allow it to find others. Like, comment, and share the live. Good morning, good morning. And let's do one affirmation before we get started. I am confident in my abilities. Good morning. I am confident in my abilities. And if you're not, we gotta fix it. We gotta fix it. Ladies, you can do anything you put your mind to. I can't make this up. This is real, y'all. But in order to actually get it done, you have to change who you are. When was the last time you put yourself first? That's a problem. Because if you keep not putting yourself first, nothing we talk about is gonna get done. The content won't get posted, the book won't get written, the sales won't get sailed, okay? We gotta fix us, all right? Okay. Hi, Katie. Thank you. So what is a digital product and how will we build the business? Let's talk. A digital product is something you do not have physical possession of. So think of a movie on Netflix. Think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You don't physically have it in your possession. It's all out somewhere in the cloud. Okay? You are going to create something to sell. And please do not overthink. Stop doing that. Overthinking gets us nowhere, okay? Listen, there's something that you already know how to do. There's something that you're already good at. And don't lie and tell me that you're not. That's not true, okay? So whatever it is, that's what I want you to sell, okay? You guys, when I first started, I lost 100 pounds. I lost a lot of weight. I was a very big girl, okay? And on my weight loss journey, I learned how to eat right. I learned how to exercise and I fixed my mindset. Thank you, Katie. And so I put all of that information that I learned into an ebook. And then I started selling that ebook to other people who also wanted to learn how to lose weight, okay? So anything that you want to do, I promise you, you can do. Maybe you're a really good mother. You can make an ebook teaching other women how to be good parents, okay? So whatever it is, and it doesn't have to be an ebook. You could do an e-course, you could do a private community, you could do workbooks, journals, affirmation guides, literally whatever it is. Just get to selling, okay? Just sell it. Now, I'm gonna give you guys 2 apps, and these apps will change your entire life if you use them, meaning you gotta execute. Don't just download them and let them collect dust, digital dust. Use it. Okay, if you're ready for app number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. Happy Sunday. Let's go, let's go. If I say anything that is resonating with your spirit and vibrating with your soul, make sure you guys double tap the screen. Let's go. Thank you, Lule. Let's go. Thank you, Katie. Let me get 1 in the chat. I believe in my dreams and my abilities to achieve them. Y'all better get to believing. I believe in my dreams and my abilities to achieve them. But in order to achieve it, You got to stop getting in your own way. You have got to stop getting in your own way. App number 1, Canva, C-A-N-V-A, write it down. You will be using this app for everything. Canva, 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 okay? So maybe you want to create content. Canva has thousands of Instagram reel templates on there. And you guys, do not overthink it. Canva is very simple to use. There are women of all ages building their online business. I don't want to hear that I'm too old. The templates are already pre-made. You just drag and drop, okay? I promise you it's not hard. Maybe you do want to start a YouTube channel. I tell you guys, every morning, start your channel. Canva has thousands of YouTube thumbnail templates on there. And the thumbnails are just those pictures that you see on YouTube before you click on the video. This is what draws people's attention to your video, okay? All of the creators, including myself, are getting our thumbnails off of Canva, all right? And maybe you do want to sell an ebook. You want to look all professional and branded? Fine. Canva has thousands of ebook templates on there, all pre-made. It's very easy to use, okay? Canva. Now, before we get into app number 2, I do want to speak to the woman on this live who's living in fear. She knows who she is. Listen to me very closely. On this live, we said fear stands for fuck everything and run, and that's what you're about to do. You've been running for years. Because you're saying things to yourself like, Jazz, I would love to start an online business, but I'm not tech savvy. I'm too old. What if it's too late for me? Okay. Well, before you run away from your brilliant idea, listen to me. You woke up this morning, okay? That is a blessing. Every day that you are blessed with another day means you have another opportunity to work on your goals. So use it. Until you are 6 feet under, it is never too late. Number 2, you are very, very tech savvy. Do not sit up on my live and tell no tales. Go take them lies somewhere else. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. I can't make this up because you use technology every day. You are on your phone from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. You are on these apps, scrolling, liking, archiving, and sharing the videos back and forth in the group chats. That takes tech savviness. So, you will use the same tech savviness that you already have and build your online business. And number 3, for those of you guys who do think you're too old, what did we say? We said we're gonna sell our knowledge, okay? Well, if you are older, that means you have a lot of knowledge, which means you have a lot of things that you could be selling. So get to selling, okay? All right. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Denise said, yes, let's go, let's go. If you're ready for app number 2, put a 2 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business from scratch. But most importantly, we are building ourselves, our follow through and our consistency, our belief in ourselves. Ladies, when was the last time you told yourself you were proud of you? Some of y'all don't even know. Some of y'all don't even know. The way we feel about ourselves determines how we show up for ourselves, okay? So if you don't feel good about yourself, you are not going to show up for yourself in a very good way. I don't even have to know you to know this. I know that if you have toxic people in your life who do not treat you well, who call you all types of names and disrespect you, that lets me know that's how you feel about yourself. If you continue to put other people before you time and time again, that lets me know how you feel about yourself. You don't even think you're worthy of being a priority in your own life. That's a problem. And that's why the things aren't getting done. moving forward starting today. I need you to start saying nice things to yourself, because when you believe it, you start to achieve it. App number 2, ChatGPT. Good morning, write it down. App number 2 is ChatGPT. This is AI. We will be using AI for everything, okay? So maybe you do want to create content, but you're just not too sure what kind of videos to make. Fine. Ask ChatGPT, he'll tell you. Maybe you do want to start a YouTube channel, but you're a little camera shy. You're just not sure what to say in the videos. Fine. ChatGPT will script the entire video for you from beginning to end. Now all you gotta do is say the words. Maybe you do want to sell an ebook, and that's what we're going to build this morning, but you're just not too sure what to put in the ebook. Fine. What if I told you ChatGPT will write the entire ebook for you from beginning to end in under 30 seconds? Good morning, ladies. It has never been easier than today to build your online business from scratch, okay? So I gave you Canva and I gave you ChatGPT. Now we're gonna put it together and write it. If you're ready for prompt number 1, go ahead and put ready in the chat. Good morning. If you're ready for prompt number 1, put ready in the chat. Hello, hello. She said, I am a superstar of my brightness. Yes, tip people off, but can't stop sun from shining. Let's go, let's go. Do not forget that, ladies. Do not forget that. You can do anything you put your mind to. But in order to do that, you are going to have to start putting yourself first. You are going to have to make yourself a priority in your own life. That's the only way it's going to get done. Because if you keep doing for others, at what point will you have time to do for yourself? You won't. So you will continue on this cycle year after year of never getting anything done and feeling sad about it. So we got to fix it, which means we have to change. Okay? All right. So you're going to open up ChatGPT. In the search, you're going to type this in. This is prompt number 1. Write it down. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Good morning. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. If you got that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, this is the opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed. The key word of this live is execution. Well, how can we execute if you forget? You can't, because you always forget. We know how you do, because life and stresses. So just write it down. Just write it down. Yes, I can repeat it. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. She said, just wanted to say I started therapy. It's scary because I'm used to being in survival mode. I am so proud of you. Let me tell you this, ladies. It's amazing how we become addicted to our own comfort zone. So much so that even though the comfort zone that we currently live in is not doing anything for us, it is keeping us sad. It is keeping us depressed and frustrated, irritated. It is keeping us anxious, and it is keeping us broke. But rather than take one step out of the comfort zone to get into something just a little bit different, you would rather stay in the comfort zone that is killing you. It is killing you. And you would still rather stay there than to just do one thing different. Make it make sense. That job is draining you, but you would still rather stay there then just do something a little bit different. We gotta fix it. Make it make sense. I don't understand it either. We've all done it. I've done it too. And as I reflect, I still don't understand. Because you already know how you feel. You feel like this every day, whatever the emotion is. And you would still rather stay in the misery than just do something different. I don't know. You're gonna hit enter, okay? Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. That's prompt number 1. Now, before we move forward, write this down. This says consistent. Write it down. And then once you write it down, I need you to underline it. And then I need you to circle it 50,000 times, because in 2026, we are gonna lock in to the true definition of this word. Because a lot of you guys are very, very, very confused. Thank you, Velvet. So I'm gonna unconfuse you. Some of you guys think consistent means once in a while. Thank you. Some of you guys believe consistent means when you feel like it. If you're not too tired. No, that is not what it means. Consistent means more often than not. So, if there are 7 days in a week, consistent means 4 out of the 7. Ladies, we have got to be consistent with whatever goal we have for ourselves, whether that's to build this business, lose this weight, save the money, whatever it is, you have got to be consistent more often than not. Don't you have to consistently go to work to get a paycheck? I assume you work more often than not. I assume that you're working at least 4 days a week, if not more. So why would your business be any different? It's not going to be different. And before you run away, well, Jazz, I can't commit to 8 hours a day because I already work a full-time job. I didn't say you need to do 8 hours. I didn't say anything about nobody 8 hours. I didn't say anything about 5 hours. It just means more often than not. So if you have 30 minutes, well then guess what? You are gonna commit 30 minutes more often than not to working towards your business. So we gotta be consistent if we want any of this to work. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But let's make consistency easy because life is hard enough. Life is life and stress is stressing, and those bills are piling up. So let's make it easy to be consistent. Ladies, it is so much easier to be consistent when you do things that you actually like to do. I want you to go through that list that ChatGPT gave you and only choose ideas that you truly have a passion for. I want you to ask yourself, what is something I would love to talk about all day, every day, if I could? Whatever that thing is, that's what I want you to do. Because when things don't feel like work, you are more likely to do them. And this is how we start to build our happiness. See, the reason why a lot of people are not happy with their life is because they never do things that they like to do. Your life literally consists of you doing for others. But at what point in your day are you going to do something for yourself that brings joy to your spirit? It is 2026. You can monetize any idea. I don't care how stupid you think it is. I don't care how far-fetched people try to convince you that it is. It's not. You see the darndest things online all day, every day, because you're always here. So you can monetize anything. So do yourself a favor and only choose things that you would love to talk about. Because when you truly love what you're doing, it's so easy to show up for. And now you have something in your day to look forward to and get paid from. When you wake up every day doing what you love, you have this new energy on you. This happiness radiates through you. People can feel it because it's genuine happiness. Because now you get to do things in your day that you love. Now you don't have a problem putting yourself first because you love how it makes you feel. Now you don't have a problem showing up for your business because that's the best, exciting part of your day. I can't make this up. Now, if chat gave you 10 things and you don't like none of the things it gave you, fine, ask for 10 more and keep asking until it gives you something you want to use, okay? For my ladies who have lost weight, I've lost 100 pounds. You know this is true. Let me ask you this. Isn't it so much easier to be consistent and eat healthy foods consistently when you eat healthy foods that you actually like to eat? Yeah. Isn't it so much easier to consistently stay active when you do activities that you actually like to do? Yeah. See, I love to weight lift. That's my thing. That's why it's easy for me to go to the weight room and lift for an hour. I don't dread it. I love lifting heavy stuff. Maybe you love Zumba, so then do that. Now you have something to look forward to. And that's how we build happiness, by doing things that we love, okay? Also, I need you to write this down. This is critical. If you don't remember anything else I say to you this morning, you better remember this. Write this down. Money flows where energy goes. Write that down, ladies. Money flows where energy goes. Don't you ever forget that. If you are anything like how I used to be, you are giving your energy to everybody. And most of these people that you are giving all of your energy to don't even reciprocate it back to you. You are giving all of your energy to your spouse, your partner, your sneaky link. You are giving all of your energy to your children. You are giving all of your energy to your family. You are giving all of your energy to your friends. You are giving all of your energy to your job and your coworkers. You are giving all of your energy to celebrity gossip. And by the time you sit down to do something for yourself, you can't. You can't. Because you have given all of your energy away. And that is why you feel drained and frustrated and depressed now. Because you're giving out too much of your energy. It does not make you a bad wife because you want to do something for yourself. It does not make you a bad mother because you want to work on your business for 30 minutes. It does not make you a bad friend because you don't want to sit there and listen to her problems. It makes you human. You deserve happiness too. You are worthy of success and wealth too. Half of these people are grown-ass adults. And a lot of these people do not reciprocate it back. If they did, you wouldn't feel frustrated. If they reciprocated it back, you wouldn't feel drained. You would feel at peace because you give, they take, they give, you take. But ain't nobody giving to you. You're giving to everybody else. And that's the problem. I need you to start telling people no. The answer is no. And no is a complete sentence. It doesn't need to be explained. No, I am not loaning you any money. That is money I could be using for my business. No, I am not giving you a ride. That is time I could be spending for my business. No, I cannot sit here and listen to you talk about your problems. Shit, I gotta fix my own. The answer is no. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't be putting your kids first, but what I am telling you is you matter too. You cannot keep pouring from an empty cup. Your cup has been empty for years. The only way that you can healthily pour into others is if your cup is an overflow. And for a lot of you guys, it is not. So we got to start doing things for us so that cup can be an overflow. And then you can give to people without it extracting from you. Okay? Money flows where energy goes. Don't you ever forget it. I need you to start putting energy into yourself. You matter too. Okay? Okay. Prompt number 2. Once you choose the digital product idea you want to use, write this down. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Good morning. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. If you've got that, put got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, this is your opportunity to ask. Remember, ladies, closed mouths do not get fed. And if you have never seen me before, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business, but most importantly, we're building ourselves. You have bought the courses. You have archived the reels. You have watched the YouTube videos, but you haven't done the one thing that would actually get it to work. Fix you. We are the common denominator in our own life. The reason you're not consistent is because you're putting energy into other people. The reason you don't have confidence to post is because you never follow through with the promises that you make for yourself. You keep telling yourself you're going to start a business, ain't started yet. You keep telling yourself you're going to create your digital product, you haven't created it yet. You've already told yourself you're going to lose the weight, ain't lost not 1 pound. At what point are you going to start following through with the promises that you made to yourself? Because if you start doing that, you'll actually have confidence in yourself. And now you won't care what people think about you because you know what you think about yourself. Confidence is who you think you are. And the problem is, for a lot of people, they don't think they're anything, because they never keep the promises that they made to themselves. Gotta fix it. Gotta fix it. All right, y'all got that? Give me 10 or write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. You're gonna hit enter. Now, this is what I mean by it has never been easier than today to build your online business, because chat literally wrote the ebook for you. Now all you have to do is copy and paste. That is it, okay? So you will copy what chat gave you and paste it into your Canva template. So open up Canva, in the search, type in ebooks, hit enter. It's gonna give you thousands of ebook templates. Pick your most favorite one. Now, for my ladies who are overthinkers, write this down. And you know who you are. You overthink everything from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. It's not getting you anywhere. Stop. This says KISS, K-I-S-S. This is an acronym that stands for Keep It Simple, Silly. Keep it simple, silly. Stop overthinking. Just make sure that it's clean, simple, legible. That's it. Clean, simple, legible. All right? Once you are done copying and pasting and you love the way your ebook looks, you will then download it as a PDF file. Write this down. PDF file. That's what you're going to download it as. Once you finish downloading it, you will upload it to your hosting site. Y'all better get to writing. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. These are some of the most popular hosting sites. Yes, there are plenty more out there, but these are just some of the most popular ones, okay? And you only need one of these. Your product does not need to be on all 5. Just choose one. If you got all of this, please got that in the chat. Let me know you are here, you are present, and you are taking notes. If you've never seen me before, good morning. Make sure you guys follow me so you do not lose me. My name is Coach Jazz. They do steal my videos. And then they turn around and make fake accounts, and then they're gonna message you. Do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled on these TikTok streets, y'all, because they're coming for you. Thank you. So please make sure you follow me. All right, Stand Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. Ladies, let me tell you this. There is no limitation on your greatness except the limitation that you put on yourself. A lot of you guys have the most amazing ideas that would make you millions. But you keep telling yourself what you can't do and what's not going to work. I believe all of the ideas that we get come from God. So if you even thought about making content, that's because you can. If you ever thought about starting a business, that's because you can. If you ever thought about losing weight, that's because you can. God would not give you an idea that you could not do. He would never plant a seed in an environment that cannot harvest it. It wouldn't even cross your mind. But it did. The problem is, a lot of you guys, most of you guys, have become addicted to consuming. And you would rather consume content, consume lives, and stay in that comfort zone of yours than to actually do the thing that would change your entire life. Your life will not get changed by watching. Your life only gets changed by doing. You have bought course after course. You have watched YouTube video after YouTube video, but you have not fixed the one thing that is the biggest problem, which is you. It doesn't matter what the TikTok coaches say if you do not follow through. It does not matter what the steps say in the YouTube video if you do not follow through. At some point, you are going to have to remove yourself from that comfort zone of yours, which is watching. That comfort zone of yours has you miserable. You do not like everything in your life. You are not 1000% happy. You are miserable there. You are stressed there. You are depressed there. You are anxious there. And you would still rather stay there. Even though that zone is killing you. You have not fixed what you have going on in your pretty head. And you keep talking about you're scared. But look at what you're doing. The comfort zone that you refuse to leave, look at what it's bringing you. It's bringing you tears. It's bringing you anxiety. But that feels better than doing something different? Fixing you? Prioritizing you? No. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. We got to fix it. We have got to change. Now, these hosting sites, the reason why I'm bringing this up, they have fees. I know you don't think things in life are free. I know you don't think that. These hosting sites have fees. And don't run away and say, well, Jazz, I can't afford it. That's not true. That's not true. Stop lying. Because you are at Chipotle every day, spending $25 on a bowl for extra chicken and extra queso. You are at Chick-fil-A and McDonald's daily. You shop on TikTok Shop every payday. You order from Amazon every day. You got money. Stop lying. The worst lies are the lies we tell ourselves. Get out that comfort zone. Start your business. These hosting sites have fees, okay? Now, I use Stan Store. I love Stan. Stan is great, but Stan is very expensive. Stan Store is $99 a month. That is very high if your business is not making that yet, okay? If you are brand new to all of this, which is fine because we all had a day one, it don't matter. It's okay. If you are brand new to all of this, I want you to start on Gumroad, Gumroad, because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you have a sale, all right? They charge you 10% for every sale. So until you make money, you don't have to spend it. That's a great place to start. Now, what I do know is you're gonna make money. How do I know that? Because you're taking notes, you're asking questions, and you promised you were going to execute. So when you do start making money, then I want you to transfer everything from Gumroad to Stan Store, because Stan Store has a lot of features that will help you expand your business, like Afterpay and Klarna. Ladies, let me tell you what's going on in the world of finance. People today love themselves a payment plan. A buy now, pay later, it's taken over. It is taking over. Afterpay, Klarna, Sezzle, Affirm, QuadPay. There's so many. People are using buy now, pay later more than they are using credit cards. People, and it's not just poor people. Get that out your head and fast. Six-figure earners are using buy now, pay later too. And if you have a buy now, pay later option on your site, I promise you, you will make more. But for now, you will start with what you have. You will start on Gumroad because you only get charged when you get a sale. And then once your business is flowing, then you will move everything over to Stan Store later. Okay? Now, what we just did was we took ChatGPT, we took Canva, we put it together, and we made the ebook. And then we uploaded it to our hosting site. Now, we have to sell it. We gotta sell it. And I'm gonna be honest, sales is 80% of the business. That's more than half, okay? So we gotta get this right, or there won't be no business. But before we get into sales, I need to make something crystal clear to you. That process of copying and pasting and making that ebook should not take you longer than 2 hours. Beacons is $10 a month. That process should not take you longer than 2 hours. Respectfully, it shouldn't take you longer than 1, but I'm gonna give you some grace and I'll give you 2. And on this live, I don't care how old you are. Age ain't nothing but a number over here. There's no excuses. Not up on this side of TikTok, no. What you're not gonna do is try to convince me that it takes longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words. You copy and paste reels back and forth in the group chat. So I know you know how to copy and paste. If it is taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste, we have a serious problem. One problem that you might be experiencing, and I used to be guilty of this too, this is how I know. You want to be a perfectionist. Everything about you just must be perfect or it's not right. You are the woman who will waste 6 months of her life that she will never get back just to overthink her brilliant idea that will make her millions. And then when you do decide to get started, you're gonna take things out, put things back, get frustrated and irritated and have OCD because it's still not perfect and give up on it again. Then you're gonna let 3 more months go by that you do not get back just to overthink some more and make more excuses. And then when you do decide to get started yet again, this time you are gonna go ask 20 people what they think you should do with your business. And the crazy thing is, these people that we're asking don't even run a business. These aren't even people that you would trade lives with. But for some reason, you care so much about what people think of you. And then when they do give you their opinion, you listen. Next thing you know, a whole year has gone by and you haven't done shit but waste your precious time that you will never get back. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Listen, this is a judgment-free zone, okay? I used to be the same way. This is how I know. I'm gonna hold your hand very tightly when I say this to you. You are not perfect at all. I am not perfect at all. Nobody is perfect at all. We are all perfectly imperfect. See, what you really are is scary. You are living in fear. And what do we say on this live? Fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you're doing. That's what you've been doing. You have been running away from your brilliant ideas because you are so fearful of putting yourself out there and failing. You are so fearful of trying something new and people laughing at you and talking about you. And all of this fear that you refuse to let go of is keeping you trapped. Every day that we hold on to this fear is another day that we choose to not live our dream life. You already know what you want your bank account to look like. You already know what trips you want to take. You already know what side of town you want to live on. And you know how much money you want to be able to leave your children. And despite that, already knowing, you still choose to hold on to this fear and let this fear steal your dream life from you. And if you want to dig even deeper into why we hold on to all of this fear in the first place, is because we are we are self-sabotaging. This is self-sabotage at its finest. That's why I keep saying you have things going on in your pretty head that is holding you back. This is self-inflicted. And the reason why we self-sabotage is because we have fragile little egos. And your ego cannot handle feeling disappointed in yourself. So in order to protect yourself from that feeling of disappointment, you hold on to fear. You make excuses. You procrastinate because your ego could not fathom trying something new, putting yourself out there, and then feeling disappointed if it doesn't work. So you try to protect yourself from that by self-sabotaging. But I'm confused because earlier you said that you were tired of living paycheck to paycheck. Earlier you said you were tired of your own BS. You were tired of always starting and stopping and giving up on yourself. That's what you said. But every day that you live like that is another day that you still live in disappointment. Because there are still things about your life that you are not 1000% happy with. I am here trying to help you fix it. But we can't fix the problem if you don't change. That's the one thing you have not done. You have not changed. How can we bring more money into the household and stop living paycheck to paycheck if there's no product to sell? How can customers buy your stuff if there's no stuff? They can't. They can't. So you're gonna have to launch the way it is. And I need you to understand and understand that it will never be perfect. But the more you keep doing it, the better it will get. The more content you put out, the better the content will get. The more products you release, the better the products will get. The longer you run your business, the better your business will get. But it will still never be perfect. So stop trying. All of your favorite businesses that we spend our hard-earned money with today have gotten better along the way. Look at Netflix. Netflix is a billion-dollar company today. But believe it or not, they did not always have a fancy Netflix app. Nope. They were not always doing comedy specials with Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart. They did not always have their own production, making movies and TV shows that are winning Emmys and Oscars. And they damn sure didn't have WWE on pay-per-view. Years ago, before COVID, you used to have to go on their website, Netflix.com. You used to have to make a list of all the movies you wanted to see. And these were movies that were once in theaters. These were not their originals, no. They would mail you a DVD off of the list. You could watch it as many times as you wanted. And when you were ready for the next movie, you had to mail that one back. They did not wait for the fanciest technology. They did not wait for all of the funding. They started with what they had and what they could afford. And the longer that they ran their business, the better it got. So I don't know why you think that you're above a billion-dollar company and that you can skip the messy middle. But we're gonna have to reel that ego on in some. I need you to tame it, get it under control. Because if Netflix had to launch with what they had, so will you. And you will get better along the way too. Another reason why it might be taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words is because you are distracted as fuck. I already know that I am not the coach, I am not the mentor for everybody. Because believe it or not everybody wants to hear the truth. In fact, people spend more time trying to avoid the truth. I'm not here for that. I'm going to tell you the truth because the truth will set you free. See, when you get off of work, you could work on the business, reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you could finally have some confidence, but you'd rather not. You would rather sit on the phone and gossip with your friends about celebrity and their dramas. On the weekend, when you do have time off from work, you could work on the business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you could finally have some confidence. But you'd rather not. You'd rather sit on the couch and you'd rather sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix and Hulu for hours. Late at night, when your children are asleep. You could work on the business, reaching your goals, keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you could have some confidence. But again, you'd rather not. You would rather scroll on social media for hours, laughing at funny videos and sharing them back and forth in the group chats. And the reason why we have all of these distractions in the first place, brace yourself, it's because you are trying to escape. This is escapism. And the reason that we're trying to escape is because there are things about our life that we are not 1000% happy with. And instead of you being a grown woman and fixing it, you would rather run from it. But it's time to do something different because obviously that's not working for you. I don't have to convince you. Look at your life and ask yourself, be honest. The worst lies are the lies we tell ourselves. Be honest to yourself. Is it working? Are you happy? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. The content is still not contenting. The sales are not salesing. The business is not businessing. The confidence is -50. The self-respect is out the door because you talk to yourself crazy and then you allow other people to talk to you even crazier. You continue to put other people before yourself and then you wonder why you feel the way you feel. It's time to take a new path because that path is not working. Instead of trying to escape a life that we are not 1000% happy with, how about we just lock in and build a life that we never feel the need to escape from? So this is what we're going to do today, not tomorrow, not next week, not 2027, today. We are going to turn the TV off. Put the phone on Do Not Disturb. Tell your friends you will talk to them later. You are building your dream life. You're going to sit down at home. No, you don't need to go to Starbucks because you get distracted there. You're going to start your ebook and you're going to finish it. No more starting, stopping, and coming back because you already know how you do. You never come back. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Don't ever forget that. You know you're not coming back. So stop doing it. 2 hours is all you need. That's it. If we are crystal clear on all of these instructions, then go ahead and put clear in the chat because respectfully, there is no point in talking about sales if we don't have anything to sell. And for those of you guys who have never seen my face before, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business. We just made the ebook and now we have to sell it. If I say anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen, like, comment, and share. Believe it or not, there are a lot of women who are motivated and tired of staying broke. There are a lot of women who would love an online business. They're ready to quit their job. The 2-week notice is sitting in the drafts in the email, waiting to hit send, okay? Just like this live found you, let's allow it to find others, okay? Are we clear? I should see more clears in the chat. Let's go, let's go. Progress is to make small steps towards big goals. Good morning. Progress is to make small steps towards big goals. Ladies, you don't have to commit 10 hours a day to working on your business. You don't even have to commit 5 hours a day working towards your business. You will start with what you have. So if you only have 20 minutes, well then guess what? That is what you are going to do. And don't you dare tell me you don't have 20 minutes because some of you guys are repeat watchers on my live. Hi, nice to see you again. I'm glad you're here, but let me be honest. This is the time that you could be spending on your business. If you are all caught up on the Housewives of Potomac and you are waiting for the reunion tonight, I know I am. You have time to work on your business. Yes, you do. The worst lies are the lies we tell ourselves. Okay? So you will start with what you have. So if you have 20 minutes a day, then that's what you're going to work with. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay? And start telling yourself that you're amazing, please. Can we start saying that more often? Because I think you forgot to tell yourself that today. Now, I told you guys earlier, sales is 80% of the business. That's more than half. So we got to get this right. We got to get it right or there will not be a business. But I'm also going to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Most people fail at sales. They fail here at this step. Before you run away and think, oh my God, it's because sales is so hard. No, it's not. Sales is actually very easy. I can't make this up. But people's mindset and the things that they think in regards to sales is what makes sales so hard for them. So in order to sell something, we have to fix our headspace in regards to sales. See, some of you guys are terrified of sales. And you're saying things like, well, Jazz, I'm not a salesperson. What if I talk about my product too much and people unfollow me? Or what if people think I'm annoying? What if people think I'm begging them for money? Okay. Let's get something straight. Number one, selling is not begging. Selling is solving, okay? People have a problem and you have a solution. You are not begging anyone for anything. So stop thinking that right now. Let that go. Number two, you don't have a choice but to consistently remind people about your products and services and how you can help them, because people will forget. Ladies, people are running their own lives, okay? They got their own problems. They got their own stress. And they are being bombarded with content from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed. They are not thinking about you. They don't even remember who you are or what the hell you said. You have to consistently remind people so that they can even begin to remember. Why do you think I keep telling you to take notes on this live? Because I already know you're gonna forget. You always do. That ain't gonna change. So I'm telling you to write it down so you can still execute. Why do you think I keep telling you the key word of this live is execution? I keep saying that word. Why? Because I told you, psychology has proven the more you hear something, the more it sticks. If I keep repeating myself, you will remember, oh, I gotta execute. You gotta remind people consistently, because I promise you, they will forget. They will forget. All of our favorite businesses that we spend our hard-earned money with today consistently remind you of their existence. Look at Amazon. We all know who they are. We are well aware. Okay, we got the memo. And most of us are Prime members, meaning we pay a monthly subscription to get 2-day, 1-day, and same-day shipping. And even though everyone knows who Amazon is, and most of us spend money with them every single month, they still remind you consistently that they exist. How? Those Amazon trucks that you see on the road. You can't even go 2 miles down the street without seeing one. They didn't have to paint them blue and put their logo on it. They could have left them white. But they did it for a reason. Why? So that every time you see one of their trucks, which is all day, at some point, your brain thinks, Amazon. They're reminding you, don't forget. You can't even go down a neighborhood without seeing Amazon boxes on the doorsteps. You can't even go into a mail room without seeing Amazon packages. I went to the dentist the other day, they had Amazon boxes at on the desk. They could have left those packages blank. They didn't have to put their logo on them. But they did it for a reason. Why? So that every time you see one of their packages, which is all day, your brain thinks, Amazon. Do you really think they're worried about you, thinking they're annoying? Do you really think they are worried about you unsubscribing from Prime? Do you really think they think that you think they're begging them for money? No. No. Because they know they have a solution to your problem. You are lazy and you want convenience. We all do. They know that. So they will continue to remind you all day that they exist, and they will continue to get your money every month. For those of you guys who have seen my face before, maybe I'm not a new face to you. I have been online for 6 years full time. You might have found me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Threads. I'm all over the place. How is it that I'm able to consistently show up and teach people about Glow Up Academy and not worry about people thinking I'm begging them for money? How am I able to do that? Because I know I have a solution to people's problems. People want to learn how to make money online. I teach them that all inside of Glow Up Academy. People want to learn how to be consistent and disciplined and actually get it done. I teach them that all inside of Glow Up Academy. People want clarity and structure and not be worried about what they got to do each week because I'm right there by their side telling them what to do. I do that all inside of Glow Up Academy. And because I have that energy with my products and services, I sell, and I sell a lot. Because Amazon has that energy with their products and services, they sell, and they sell a lot. And if you want to sell a lot too, you are going to have the same energy about your products and services. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? Okay. If you're ready for sales tip number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Good morning, good morning. If you're ready for sales tip number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. Happy Sunday. And I do want to address the elephant in the room real quick, which is failing. So many of you guys would love an online business. Deep down in your soul, you know you want this. You know you want better for yourself. But you are terrified of failing, and that word has you stuck. It has you frozen. But what if I told you that you're confused on what the word failing even means? So let me go ahead and unconfuse you. See, some of y'all think failing means you make your first YouTube video, and if you don't get 50,000 subscribers by the end of the week, then you failed. Some of y'all believe that if you launch your first ebook and you're not a millionaire in 30 days, then you failed. Some of y'all are really out here thinking that if you post your first TikTok reel and you don't get 10,000 views in an hour, then you failed. But that's not failing. That's not failing. See, failing only exists when you quit, okay? When you throw in the towel and you say, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I give up. I'm done. That's when you have officially failed. But if every day you just commit to showing up and trying and doing more today than you did yesterday, that's not failing because you're still in it. You're still committed. Maybe yesterday you thought about making content. How about today you just do it? Maybe yesterday you made a whole bunch of excuses. How about today you don't make any? Maybe yesterday you did for everybody else. How about today you do something for yourself today? If every single day we commit to showing up and just giving it all we got, doing what we can, I promise you this, eventually you will get the results that you want. One thing I have noticed about us, people in society today, we have become entitled. The entitlement is out of control. Okay? To the point where most people don't even realize how entitled they are. And the problem is, you have set a timeline that you believe something is supposed to happen because you said so. You have told yourself that you should be a millionaire in 2 weeks, and if it does not happen in those 2 weeks, then you fail because that's the timeline you set, that's the number you pulled out of thin air. That's how entitled you are. But I can promise you this, the results always come. The problem is people quit before they get the results because they didn't get them in the timeline in which they set, in which they felt entitled to. For my ladies who have lost weight, I don't care how much weight you've lost. I've lost 100 pounds. You know this is true. If you consistently eat less food and you consistently move your body, don't you eventually get to the goal weight that you had? Yes. Yes, you do. The problem is people give up before they get the results they wanted. To my ladies who have fixed their credit, you know this is true. If you consistently pay your credit card balance down, and you consistently pay your bills on time, won't you eventually get to the credit score that you wanted? Yes. Yes, you will. It's inevitable. The problem is people give up because they didn't get the results in the timeline in which they set, that they felt entitled to it. Your business is no different. If you consistently show up, I promise you, you will eventually get to the dollar amounts that you want. So for everybody on this live who is terrified of the word failing, just don't quit. Because if you don't quit, then you didn't fail. And now you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Okay? All right. So I don't want to hear nothing about failing. But how to know if we need to cut our losses and quit sometimes? Well, I want you to ask yourself this. Has nothing worked? Has nothing worked? Are you posting consistently? Are you telling people about how you can help them? Like, are you doing those things? Because sometimes people say it's not working, but they're not even doing the things that they're supposed to be doing. The time that you do have, that you're not at work and spending time with your children, that extra time that you have in your day, are you working towards the business or are you watching Netflix? Are you working on the business or are you texting? Clock it. Exactly. Because if the answer is no, it's not time to cut your losses because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? Sales tip number 1, write this down. Content is king and distribution is queen. Okay. Content is king and distribution is queen. So let's break this down so it makes sense. The content is king part. Okay, let's start here. So content, you guys, is just whatever you post. Whatever you upload to social media, that's content. So if you post pictures, if you post on your stories, if you make reels, if you go live, if you record long form YouTube videos, if you're on Threads and Twitter and you're typing statuses, all of that is content, okay? It's all content. Content is king because content is how we're gonna get the word out about our products and services. This is how we're gonna let people know we exist and how we can help them, all right? And it's king because we already said people are forgetful. They're not gonna remember. So we have to consistently remind them by posting the content, okay? And we said consistent means more often than not. Eventually, I want you to get to the point where you're posting at least 4 times a week. That's the goal I want you to work towards. But I also want you guys to understand this too. We are always going to crawl before we walk. I am big on that with my students because if you just go full throttle, 1000% on day one, you will burn out. Been there, done that. I always stress the importance to my students. We have got to crawl before we walk. We are going to sit down and talk about your schedule and what works for you. Some of you guys are not posting at all yet because maybe you're camera shy. So the thought of posting consistently is overwhelming the hell out you. Well, it shouldn't. I never want you to feel overwhelmed because we're calling before we walk. So if you're camera shy, if that's your problem, what I want you to do is sit in front of the camera and spend 30-second increments, 2-minute increments, 5-minute increments talking to it. Not to post. This is just for you to get comfortable with being in front of the camera. Because the reason why you're struggling with creating content is because you're just not comfortable and you feel awkward. Well, how do we get rid of the awkwardness? By doing it over and over again. So multiple times a day, I want you to spend some time sitting in front of the camera and talking to it. You could be cooking. I don't care what you're doing. Just be in front of it. And don't you dare tell me you don't have time. Because if you got time to watch this live, you got time to do that. Once you get to the point where you are comfortable in front of the camera and you no longer feel awkward, now we're going to commit to posting 1 30-second video a week. Just 1. 30 seconds. That's it. Once you get comfortable with that, we're going to take it up a notch. Now it's 2 times, 3 times, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we're always crawling before we walk, and we're walking before we run. So you should never feel overwhelmed with me, okay? Now, the distribution is queen part. Not only do I want you posting consistently, I also need you to be building at least 3 platforms. We gotta build 3. Why? Because 1 is too close to none. Like that 1 income you have at that 1 job. If they laid you off tomorrow, what would you do? You would be sitting there freaking out, trying to figure out how you're gonna pay them bills. If you put all of your eggs in a TikTok basket and the US decides to ban it like they did this time last year, what would you do? You would be freaking out, like all of the other TikTokers who only had their eggs in a TikTok basket. I always tell my students, we have got to stay ready. We have to stay ready so we don't have to get ready. We got to be proactive so we are not reactive. And no, it is not hard to build 3 platforms. Get out your head. Because the same exact video that you post on TikTok, you will throw it on YouTube and Instagram or Facebook, wherever you want to be. It takes an extra 5 minutes. I do it all day. I promise you it's not hard. Now, which platform should you grow? That's 1000% up to you. You have a lot of options. I do always suggest starting on the platform that you're always on. So if you are always on TikTok, then start TikTok. Obviously, you like this app so much because you're always here. And then just choose 2 more. Okay? But I am going to tell you this in case you did not know. YouTube is the most watched platform. It is not TikTok. No. YouTube has even replaced cable TV. So I always urge and encourage my students to start their YouTube channel. If everybody is on YouTube, then you need to be on YouTube too. Okay? Okay. Now, before we get into sales tip number 2, I want to speak to the woman on this live who's still holding on to that fear, child. She holding on tight. She's here. She's listening. She taking her notes. She tapping the screen. But she still got that fear on her. She's saying things like, Jazz, girl, I would love to start an online business. This sounds amazing. Getting up every day doing what I love. Wow. But I don't know. This sounds like a lot. And I work full time. You want me to post consistently? You want me to make an ebook from scratch? You want me to start a YouTube channel, Jazz? Girl, I don't know. I don't know. This sounds hard. Okay. Well, before you run away, like you always do, I need you to listen. First of all, what I need you to understand is this. I can't convince you of anything. Okay? I don't have the power to. So I'm not even going to try. So if you want to believe that posting content consistently is hard, then your feelings are valid. You're right. It's hard. If you want to believe that making an ebook that AI will write for you is hard, okay, you're right. It's hard. But I do want to remind you of this. That comfort zone that you refuse to leave is hard. Going to a job that drains your spirit is hard. Crying every day because you are so unhappy with the direction your life is going in right now is hard. Robbing Patrice to pay Paula month after month is hard. And you live like that every day. That comfort zone, what you're familiar with, is killing you. It is weighing you down, and you feel it every single day, year after year. And you would still rather do that than take a half an inch out of the comfort zone and try something just a little bit different today. What amazes me so much about women, and I used to be the exact same way, we never want to give ourselves credit where credit is due. There were things that took place in your life that was hard. Because life's for everybody. We done all been through some terrible shit. And despite getting through it, you still doubt your ability to do this. There were things that happened. And in those moments, you did not know how you would get out. Am I lying? You were in your darkest moments. But you're still here today. You made it out. And even though you have proven to yourself, that you can overcome that, You're going to sit here today and say that you can't do this. So you can overcome that, but you don't have the ability to record a 20-second TikTok video that you can make faceless and post it? Really, ladies? Really? So you can overcome that, whatever that was. But you're going to sit here today and tell me that you can't copy some words from AI and paste it into a pre-made Canva template? Really? Our confidence is that low? That's the problem. That is the freaking problem. This is why I keep talking about fear, because fear is literally stealing your dream life from you year after year, and you let it. Look at all the things that you have overcome. Some of y'all are damn near superwoman. And you're going to let fear convince you that you can't do this, that you can't sit down for 20 minutes and work on your business. Really? You spend hours watching Netflix. Really? But you would rather stay miserable in your comfort zone than take a half an inch out. You already know what side of town you want to live on. You already know what kind of car you want to drive. You already know the vacations you want to take. You know how much money you want to leave your children. And even though you know all of this, you will still let fear hold you back from the life that you know you want. This is a confidence problem. That's what all this is. You don't believe in yourself at all, and it shows. It shows. Look at what you tolerate. You have people in your life who don't even value you, and you still put them before yourself. Look, I don't have to convince you of this because you can see this for yourself. There are people on these apps who are in worse off situations than you. Let's be real. And they are still showing up, building their business. There are women on these apps with more children than you. And they are still showing up, building their business. There are people on these apps who are always sick. They're cancer patients. They have sickle cell anemia. And despite what they're going through every single day, they are still showing up, building their business. There are people on these apps who are going through it right now. They have lost their job. They have lost their house. They've lost their car. And despite everything going on right now with them today, they are still showing up, putting one foot in front of the other, and building their business. I'm gonna be honest. Some of y'all don't have half them problems. Some of y'all might, and I'm gonna give you grace. But some of y'all don't. Life isn't perfect. You got some complaints. You got some things you want to fix. But for the most part, you know you are pretty blessed because you understand it could be worse. So what is your excuse? You don't have one. But you're gonna let fear convince you that you do. Fear steals your dream life from you every single day. Listen, my online business changed my entire life. I've been doing this full time for 6 years. I started during COVID. Made more money than I ever could have imagined from my cell phone, a laptop, and some Wi-Fi. I now have peace. I'm not stressing about bills anymore. I now have purpose. I get to wake up every day doing what I love. I have freedom now. I get to do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. I have confidence now. I finally believe in myself. But before all of this, before COVID, I used to live a very different life. I used to be miserable, depressed, anxious, broke as hell. I used to be 100 pounds overweight. I worked a 9-to-5 that drained my spirits. And I used to be an alcoholic. See, I had bought into the American dream bullshit that they sell everybody. I bought in back in high school. They told me to go off to college and get a 4-year bachelor's degree. They told me that once I graduated, I would make more than enough money to travel, take a few vacations a year, contribute extra to my 401k. They told me I'd be able to buy a nice, beautiful house. And when I get too old to work, I'll have enough money saved up that I can live the rest of my years in peace and with dignity. That's what they said. So I believed them. So I went off to college and got a 4-year bachelor's degree. Cost me $40,000. Graduated. 6 months later, got my first adult dream job post-college. Oh, I was so excited. I was 23 years old back then, and they offered me $60,000 a year. That was more than I had ever made in my entire life. I thought I was about to be rich. My American dream was finally going to happen. So I moved out of my mom's house. I was sick of her rules. I was ready to be a grown woman and do grown woman things. So I went out and got my own apartment. Didn't stop there. See, I did what most Americans do. I went out and got me a car payment. See, the car I had was paid off, title in hand, but it was old. No leather seats, no push to start, no touchscreen on the dash. I had to upgrade my new life to match my new upgraded job, right? So I went out and got me a brand new Dodge Charger. Cost me $450 a month. And we all know with expensive cars comes expensive car insurance and expensive gas. By the time I paid all of my bills for the month, I was broke as hell. I couldn't afford any trips. I couldn't afford to put any extra into my 401k. I couldn't even afford to get my nails done. I was broke. I had another problem. I had to start paying back them damn student loans. See, I was 23 back then. I didn't think the government was serious about getting their money back. I thought everybody had student loans. They don't take it seriously. Girl. The government is not playing with you about them damn student loans. They want their money back. They will give you 6 months after you graduate to get on your feet. They won't call or send letters. They want you to focus on getting a job. But best believe when that 6-month mark hits, they are sending letters to the house because they want you to submit your tax returns because they're going to tell you how much you can afford. And since they saw on paper I made $60,000 a year, I didn't have any dependents, no kids, they said I should be able to pay $400 a month. I was like, what? I thought the payment was gonna be like $50. No. $400 a month. It's not up for negotiation. They didn't care how much my rent was. They don't care how much my car note is. They don't give a damn. That's the price. I had 11 student loan accounts that they lumped under one monthly payment of $400 a month. Every single month that I did not pay those student loans, which was every month because I really couldn't afford it, I got 11 missed payments on my credit. In the course of 1 year, I racked up 121 missed payments off of some damn student loans. My credit dropped. 520. So my American dreams of home ownership wasn't gonna happen for me no time soon. Not till I fix that. Who's gonna give me a mortgage loan with a 520? So I'm broke. I have really bad credit. I have one last problem. I had to start paying back them damn student loans. College did not prepare, I hated my job. My last problem, I hated my job. College did not prepare me for corporate America. I had no clue what I was walking into. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I grew up very sheltered, okay? So in my early 20s, I was very naive, and I believed people when they told you things, okay? I didn't think anyone was evil. I didn't think anyone was miserable. I thought everybody was just so damn happy. And when I went into the interview, my supervisor told me that everybody at work, we were all one big old work family. Everyone gets along, everyone truly cares. So I went into the department thinking that. I learned that people at work are not your friends. That was news to me. I learned that they'll smile in your face, they'll kiki and caca with you in the break room, they'll even invite you out to happy hour off of the clock, so they're not even getting paid to hang out with you, but they don't like you. They'll do Secret Santas and Thanksgiving potlucks in the break room. We all sing one big old kumbaya. They don't like you. They will even invite you to their baby showers and their weddings so you can meet their family, but they don't like you. They'll even call you and act like they're your friends, but they don't like you. And best believe, when you and your work buddies are all trying to get promoted, everything that you told them in confidence is now in your manager's email, and you are now the most hated person at work. I had no clue. I was 23 years old and I made friends with a woman who was 31. She told me I was the little sister she never had. We did everything together, even outside of work. I walked right into that. As soon as both of us were trying to get promoted for the same job, every single thing that I told her in private was now in the manager's email. I was dumb. I was naive. I ain't know, but I know now. I worked with all women, by the way, and I was the youngest one there. I was miserable. I must have put in hundreds, if not thousands of applications trying to get out. But nobody was calling me back for an interview. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit, and I am absolutely miserable at my job for the first time in my entire life at 23 years old. I felt trapped. If you have never experienced what it feels like to feel trapped, then consider yourself blessed. You are truly blessed. I wouldn't wish that feeling on my worst enemy. But let me give you some context. See, trap feels like no matter what you do, your life's not gonna get no better. You could try to have a positive mindset and be optimistic all you want, but it feels like nothing but negative ass shit from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every single day. That's trapped. You could try to work some overtime or get a part-time job so you can catch up on some bills and finally stop feeling so damn stressed. But just when you start to get a little bit of a savings account, something always comes and slaps you in the face. Now your car won't start. Now you gotta dish out money for that. It's always something. You can try to pray to God about it and get him to help you fix it, but it feels like he's not listening because it feels like nothing's changing because you're still miserable. That's how trap feels. Your life begins to feel like a nightmare that you cannot wake up from. And to cope with all of my anxiety and depression. You guys, I used to pull up at that job. I would sit in my car and cry before I even clocked in. I used to bring that job home with me. You ever did that? So you're off the clock. You are at home. You should be spending time with your spouse and being happy, but you can't because you are still consumed with all of the toxic shit that happened at work that day, that you are at home telling your spouse all the evil things they're doing to you in the office. These people have taken over your mind. You no longer have peace. I couldn't sleep anymore. I was so stressed about money. To cope with all of my anxiety and depression. I never had anxiety as a child. Now I got anxiety at a job. And to cope with all of that, I started drinking. I didn't know what else to do. First, it was just a few drinks a week to calm my nerves. It quickly spiraled out of control. I became an alcoholic. And the only reason why I'm telling you any of this is because if any of my story resonates with you, you are already doing something hard. The comfort zone that you refuse to leave is weighing you down. You're miserable. Going to a job that you hate, that drains you, is hard. Crying all of the time because you're so stressed about bills, that's hard. And the reason why I was so depressed back then was because I had nothing in my life to look forward to. I didn't have any interests and I didn't have any hobbies back then. My life felt like it was on repeat. Get up, go to work, be miserable, come home, cry, drink, sleep, repeat, week after week, month after month, year after year. Who wouldn't be depressed? That's depressing shit. I used to think there was something wrong with me. Nothing is wrong with me. Anybody would be depressed. Ladies, there's nothing wrong with you. Anyone would be depressed. That is depressing. But now I get to wake up every single day doing what I love and get paid for it. And that's the beauty of online businesses, is you can do anything your heart desires. There is no limitation. You see it for yourself. How many times do you scroll on your For You page and see the darndest things? And you're scratching your head like, how are they getting paid to do this? They are. They are. That's the truth. So you see, you can do anything. The only difference between them and you is the fact that you won't even try. You won't let go of the fear, and you would rather stay in your comfort zone and stay miserable and upset than to just take a half an inch out and try something different. And I want to say one more thing before we move forward, because I want to make sure you hear me loud and clear. I hope you realize that if you work 8 hours or more a day, you spend more time at work with people you don't even like than you do your family that absolutely loves you. I literally worked 9 to 5, okay? So what should have only been a 20-minute ride into the city was over an hour because I'm stuck in rush hour traffic. So an hour to work, an hour back, that's 2 hours in the car, 8 hours at work, 1 hour lunch break, that's 11 hours out of my day gone. It's gone. I'll never get it back. When you do get home, you are drained. You are exhausted. You are defeated. You only have a few hours to spend with your spouse or your kids before you have to put everyone to bed and repeat it again the next day. And let me just remind you, your loved ones don't even get the best version of you. No, they don't. They don't get the happy version. They don't get the peaceful version. They get the miserable version. They get the stressed version. They get the anxious version. They get the depressed version. You put everyone to bed just to repeat it again the next day, just to look forward to the weekend. But respectfully, what are you looking forward to? Because Friday, you still worked. So they still got 8 hours out you. Saturday is the only day you get to do what you want, but Sunday, not so much. No, because you have to prepare for the work week, right? So you got to cook, you got to clean, you got to go to the grocery store, you got to do laundry, and you have to mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit sitting on your desk come Monday. Ladies, that's not living. That's surviving. Life is meant to be lived, not survived. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I do know this. The God I serve, He loves me. He loves me a lot. And let me ask you, if He loves me so much, why would He put me on this earth to be miserable with the life that He blessed me with? Why would He put me on this earth to be crying and thinking that there's nothing special about me? Why would He want me for that? Why would He put me here for that if He loves me so much? He didn't. He put me here for a very special reason, and He allowed me the opportunity to monetize it. He put you here for a very special reason too. There is something very special about you too. Your life is worth more than bills. Your life is worth more than slaving away at a job to make someone else rich while you're counting pennies trying to make ends meet at home. Sometimes life has a tendency to life. And somewhere on our journey of life, we lose our light. It gets dim, and then it gets dark. Maybe it was a toxic relationship. Maybe it was toxic family, toxic friends, toxic job. Something happened. And now here you are today, doubting your abilities to do any of this. But I am here to tell you that there is something very, very special about you, and you can do this. I believe all of the ideas that we get come from God, okay? These are seeds that He plants in our head, and He would never plant a seed in an environment that could not harvest it. If you ever even thought about being a content creator, that's because you can. If you ever thought about selling a digital product, that's because you can. If you ever thought about running a business, that's because you can. But in order to actually get it done, you are going to have to let go of the fear. You are going to have to step out of the comfort zone that is keeping you down, that is keeping you miserable, depressed, and anxious, because that is the only way that it's going to happen. You can do this. Stop letting fear steal your dream life from you. The version of you that is confident, who loves her life, who's no longer crying, who shows up and she loves what she's doing, who's making her money, not caring what people think, no longer people pleasing, having standards for her life, not allowing people to disrespect her. That version of you is not living in fear. You gotta let go of the fear, ladies. You can do this. Okay? All right. I don't want to hear nothing about fear. Fear don't live here. Okay? All right. Sales tip number 1. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are talking about building our online business. All right. Sales tip number 2. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. Okay? People only buy from people, you're welcome, who they like, know, and trust. So if they do not like you, not gonna buy it. If they do not know you, not gonna buy it. And if they don't trust you, they will not buy it. Okay, so how do we get people to like us? Okay, so your content. For those of y'all just tuning in, we said content is anything that you upload. So your pictures, your reels, story posts, if you go live, YouTube, long form videos, anything that you upload is considered content. And that's how we're going to reach people through our content, okay? I need you guys to understand that people connect with people through emotions, who they can see themselves in some way, shape, or form. So in order to get people to like you, you need to be relatable and you need to be authentic. In other words, you have to be yourself. Got to be yourself. Because the audience that we build, our followers, our subscribers, our viewers, our commenters, those are the people who are going to buy your products from you. So you have to be yourself. Some of you guys are doing a disservice to yourself because you're trying to be perfect. But understand, people cannot relate to perfection because they're not perfect. And neither are you. So you're being inauthentic. People can read through that. You got to be yourself. And please, do not overthink like you always do and let fear take over. Well, Jazz, what if no one likes me? That's impossible. That's impossible. There are 8 billion people in this world. Somebody is bound to like you. Okay, and I used to be fearful of that too. All right, you guys, when you post your content, it goes everywhere. Everywhere. And I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this so you can realize how silly you sound when you say things like people won't like you. There's a whole world of people out there who need you. You have the solution to the problems that they are struggling with. You guys, I have women inside of Globe Academy from all over the world. I'm in the USA. I have women in there from Germany, Australia, Jamaica, Barbados, Canada, France. I have not been to any of those countries yet. But I was able to help them from all over the world, all because I decided to post the video. I decided to just be myself. What if I let fear take over this morning and I didn't go live? Well, then all of you guys watching wouldn't have been able to hear this. I wouldn't have been able to help you. But that's literally what you're doing to other people who need you. So please get out of your head and just post the content. I promise you, people will like you. I cannot make this up. Okay? Now we said people only buy from people that they like, no trust. Okay, cool. Well, how do we get people to know us? Okay. I need you to go live. Gotta go live. Going live is the best way to build your community. And yes, you can go live and be faceless. Anything that we're talking about also applies to my faceless creators out there. Don't think you're getting out any of this. No, ma'am. No. You doing everything. You just faceless with it. That's it. Okay? I need you to go live because live allows people to ask you questions, interact with you, get a sense of your energy and your vibes, and it allows you to promote your products. Now, some of y'all are hard-headed as hell, and you're just gonna say, well, Jazz, that's great, but I don't wanna go live. And I'm gonna just say, fine, don't. Whatever. I'm not gonna convince you to do anything you don't wanna do. If you don't wanna go live, don't go live. It just amazes me how many people are willing to bust their ass at their job to make somebody else rich, but they absolutely refuse to build wealth for themselves. Ladies, especially on TikTok, you see people all day and all night selling. Am I lying? Am I lying? I promise you this, if you go live consistently, you will make more on live than you ever made at that job. You see it for yourself. So go live. Now, some of y'all are like, well, Jazz, I would go live. I'm not against it. I'm just live shy. Okay, cool. For my ladies on here who are live shy, listen very closely. The only reason why you're shy is because you just don't have enough experience doing it. It's not because you suck at life. It's not because this isn't meant for you. It's just because you don't have experience doing it. We have been on this live for 116 minutes. And if you're still here, one thing I know about people, it's because you trust what I'm saying to be true. Otherwise, you would have dipped. So I need you to trust this. If you go live consistently, I promise you, you will get to a point where you are no longer live shy. I cannot make this up. Ladies, everything that you do over and over and over again, you get better at. You have proven that to be true in your own life. You did not always know how to walk. Now you do that just fine. How? Because you had to consistently do it. You did not always know how to read and write either. Now you do that just fine. How? Because you had to consistently do it. You didn't always know how to drive. Now you do that just fine. How? Because you had to consistently do it. So just imagine what would happen if you just consistently went live. I can't make this up, ladies. I cannot make this up. Go live, please. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. Okay, cool. Well, how do we get people to trust us? All right, ladies, there is a reason why I am telling you to post consistently. And no, it's not for your health. The reason why I'm telling you to post consistently is because the more people see you, the more they begin to trust you. Consistency builds trust. I don't know if you know this or not, if you're living under a rock somewhere, but people work hard for their money. Okay? People work hard for their money. You work hard, I work hard, we're all out here working hard. And if you want someone to trust you with their hard-earned money, well, then you are going to have to be trustworthy. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, I want to do an exercise with you guys. For those of you guys who do not have a product yet, sit this out and take your notes. For those of you guys who do have a product, but you're struggling to make the sales that you want, this is for you, okay? First, what we're gonna do, what we gotta do, is remove the ego and the pride. Now, some of y'all can't do that because you think you know everything. And in your world, there's no room for growth because you're perfect as is. Fine, I'm not gonna convince you otherwise, keep thinking that. Now, for those of you guys who can remove the ego and the pride, and you recognize, Queen said it is removed, amen, and you recognize that there's room for growth and improvement, I am talking to you. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our profile and we're gonna ask ourselves some questions. We have to be honest here. Write this down. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Don't you ever forget that. Now, ask yourself, is it clear as day who you are, what you do, and how you can help people? So as soon as someone joins your profile, is it obvious? I also need you to ask yourself this. You got to be honest. If you were not you, would you buy from you? If you were not you, would you buy from you? If the answer to any of those questions is no, then you should no longer be confused as to why people are not buying from you yet. There should be no more confusion. But the reason why I say yet is because, ladies, you have the power to fix it. You have the power to fix it. If it's not clear as day who you are, what you do, and how you can help people, fix it and make it clear. So as soon as people go to your profile, they already know what they can expect from you. They shouldn't have to be doing research. It should be obvious. The beauty of life, the beauty of business, the beauty of anything that we've talked about so far on this live this morning is anything that is not giving you the results that you want. You have the power to fix it. But you make a choice not to. I already recognize that I am not the coach and that I am not the mentor for everybody. And I've accepted that. Because believe it or not, most people don't want to hear the truth. Most people would rather spend time running from the truth than sitting with it. But the truth will set you free. And I am here to help you fix it. I am here to help you change. So I gotta tell you the truth. That's the only way it's gonna get done. So if you don't want the truth, then leave now. Because it's about to get real. Every day, you have a choice. But the problem is, you choose your comfort zone. Because that's what you know. That's what you're familiar with. That's the zone you've been living in for years. But that's also the place where you have become miserable. That is also the place where you have become insecure. That's also the place where you have become depressed and stressed. That is also the place where you have built resentment. And there is nothing for you in this comfort zone that you refuse to leave, other than those things that we just talked about. That's all that's there. And I don't have to convince you of that because you see it for yourself. Let me ask you, every single day, how do you feel? That tells you everything you need to know. And instead of you just taking one foot out and doing something a little bit different, you make the choice to stay there. You make the choice to complain and vent and throw pity parties and talk about what's not gonna work and tell yourself what you can't do and make excuses and procrastinate and distract. See, a lot of times we live in a trapped mindset. And you have been living in this trapped mindset for so long that you don't even realize that you're living in one. And you really believe that how things are today is how it's always going to be, and you don't have the power to fix it. And you will always stay stuck. That's what you really believe. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. You are not trapped at all. You make a choice to stay there. Listen, I used to have a trapped mindset too. I really used to believe I was trapped at that job. And I believed it with my heart. that I had no other options but to stay there and be miserable. And I lived like that for years. I was never trapped at that job. I had options. But the problem was, I had got comfortable in my comfort zone. That job and that misery and that depression was all in the comfort zone. And I was so used to being there that I wasn't even willing to take one step out and do something different. See, I could have just moved back home. But then that would require me to leave my apartment. Now I won't have my own place. Well, now I have to live with my mom. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, fine. So I'll stay trapped at this job. I could have just quit and got me some part-time jobs. Maybe 2 or 3. Yeah, I would have had to work more than 40 hours a week, but I wouldn't be there. I wouldn't be in the place that's causing me misery and anxiety and depression. But if I do that, well then I might have to work weekends. No, I need my weekends. No. I might have to work nights. No. The dream is 9 to 5. I can't work nights. Absolutely not. I might have to work holidays. No, I need Columbus Day. No. Okay, fine. So I'll continue to stay trapped in this comfort zone that is causing me misery and depression and anxiety than to just leave. I had a choice, and every day I chose to stick with what I knew. Even though that thing was killing me. I was miserable. So I chose to complain. I chose to vent. I chose to throw pity parties for myself. I chose to make excuses and talk about what I can't do and what's not gonna work. I chose to do everything except the one thing that would have changed my entire life, which was leave. I was never trapped at that job. You are not trapped. You make the choice to stay in a comfort zone that is draining you. Some of you guys believe that you can't fix it yet because you just need more information. And you have convinced yourself that if you just watch more TikTok lives, and if you just watch more YouTube videos, and if you just ask ChatGPT more questions, then you will finally get all of the information that you need to fix it later. But I am here to tell you, you are not lacking information. No, you're not. Because you are on social media all day. You have all the information you need to change your life. You have watched all the lives. You have watched YouTube video after YouTube video. You have archived reel after reel after reel. You are not lacking information. You are lacking implementation, meaning you don't execute shit. Which is why I made the keyword of this live, execution, because you're not doing that. You are the woman who makes excuse after excuse as to why she can't do something. You are the woman who talks about what she's going to do tomorrow and tomorrow never shows up. You're the woman who talks about new year, new me, and ain't nothing new about you but new excuses. You are the woman who continuously put other people before herself. That is you. And my question for you is, how much longer do you want to keep doing that? Because you already know where it gets you. You've been in the same place for years. It's not getting you anywhere. You are still upset. You are still anxious. You are still frustrated. You are still stressed, and you are still drained. The content is not contenting. The sales are not salesing. The business is not businessing. Your confidence is negative 50 and your self-respect is out the door because you never keep promises that you make to yourself. How much longer do you want to keep doing what you're doing? That's the question. That's the question. You would rather stay in a comfort zone that's not doing anything for you than to take a half a foot out and do something just a little bit different this time. You're not even willing to do that. You are going to have to change. You are doing everything but changing. You are blaming everyone but yourself. You have bought course after course. You have watched YouTube video after YouTube video. You have manifested and manifested some more. But the one thing you have not done is change you. Because there are things about you that are holding you back. And until you change you, you will not get the dream life that you want. We are the common denominator in our own life. The version of you who shows up confidently, who loves herself genuinely, who's posting her content and not caring what people think, who sticks to her word to herself, who has standards and has boundaries, who knows how to prioritize herself and not feel bad about it. That version of you is already within you. However, she is buried under the fear. She is buried under the limiting beliefs. She is buried under the excuses that you refuse to let go of. And until you change those things, you will not become that version. And the crazy thing is, as a society, we have become so entitled. The entitlement is crazy. And you have been entitled for so long that you don't even know how entitled you are. In your mind, it makes sense, but it's crazy. You have become entitled to time. And you really believe deep down in your soul that you have all the time in the world to waste. But I'm here to tell you, no, you don't. Let me ask you, how do you know that you'll be here 6 months from now? Who told you that? How do you even know you'll be here in 5 years? Where'd you get that from? Oh, you feel entitled to it. Because the last time I checked, tomorrow is not guaranteed. And instead of you living with the time that you do have, living fulfilled and happy, you would rather not. You would rather scroll social. You would rather watch movies. You would rather distract yourself than just live the life that you have to the fullest. Time is our most valuable asset. Some of you guys think it's money. No. It is not money. It is time. See, you could lose $1,000 today. And yeah, it would suck. It would suck. But you could always make $1,000 again, right? But you will never get your time back. 2025 came and it left. And all of that time that you spent not working on your business, not working towards your goals, is gone. You are getting older, not younger. And the age that you are in this moment right now is the youngest you will ever be. Time is moving quickly. And I do not have to convince you of that because you can see it for yourself in your own life. Let me ask you, how many times a day do you look at the clock and say to yourself, wow, I cannot believe it is 8:42 in the morning. Wow, I cannot believe it is February 2026. Wow, I cannot believe I am 35 years old, or whatever age you are, insert there. If you are anything like me, you do that all day. So you already see for yourself how quickly time is moving, and you still make the choice to waste it. That's got to change. You do not have as much time as you think. You have convinced yourself that you do, but you really don't. You really don't. One of the toughest reality pills that I had to swallow in my own life, and this is tough, so brace yourself. Your life and the direction it's going in, whether it's going great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. It's an accumulation. I used to be 100 pounds overweight. My weight was a direct reflection of the choices that I made. It was an accumulation of all the times I decided to not eat healthy foods, all of the times that I chose not to move my body. It was an accumulation. Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices you make. Yes, it is. Now, this is where some people's ego tries to protect them from the truth. And so they'll say things like, Jazz, that's not my fault that I'm broke. It's not my fault. How can I get ahead when food prices are what they are? Your finances are still a direct reflection of the choices that you make. And the quicker you realize that, the quicker you accept it, the quicker you can fix it. Because let me tell you this, ladies, times have been hard, true or false. This did not happen last night. Food prices, rent prices, gas prices have been on the rise for years. This is not new. And every single day, you make the choice to do nothing about it. You could have launched your ebook 6 months ago. You would be making sales today. You could have started your YouTube channel 4 months ago. It could be monetized today. You could have started that TikTok account last month. What do we say? Your community that you build, your viewers, your followers, your subscribers, your commenters are the people who buy your products. Well, you could have been building your community last month. But every day, you make the choice not to. You choose to complain. You choose to vent. You choose to throw pity parties for yourself. You choose to talk about what you can't do and what's not going to work. You choose to put everyone and everything above you. You choose to do the one thing that will change your entire life, which is start. You still haven't started. And my question for you still remains. How much longer are we going to keep doing that? Because as you can see for yourself, where it's getting you nowhere. Because you're still living a life that you are not 1000% happy with. Gotta change. Because this ain't it. And look, I'm not perfect at all, okay? The version of me that y'all see today, this morning, is a direct reflection of the changes that I had to make in my own life. I used to be 100 pounds overweight. I had to change. I was always yo-yo dieting. Lose 10, gain 20. Let me do a water fast. None of these things stuck. Year after year, I was just putting on more and more and more weight and having more and more and more excuses. Oh, I can't lose weight because I have a thyroid problem. That's bogus. Because I still have a thyroid problem and I still lost weight. It's because I was making excuses. I wasn't sticking to it. I had to change. So I did something different. I got me a personal trainer. I fixed my mindset and my relationship with food. And then I finally lost the weight and have kept it off for almost 4 years. I had to change. I used to be full of excuses. I used to be the queen of procrastination. My motto was, why do today what I can put off till tomorrow? In other words, I'll just do it later. And later never showed up. That had to change. I used to be my biggest bully to myself. I know a lot of y'all can relate to this. The things I used to say to myself was absolutely disgusting. I used to call myself stupid on an hourly basis, telling myself how stupid I am. Oh, Jazz, you should have did better than that. Why are you so stupid? What the hell is wrong with you? Let me ask you, how could I be a successful entrepreneur if I'm talking to myself like that? I couldn't. That had to change. Ladies, the way you talk to yourself determines how you show up for yourself. So if you talk to yourself like crap, you're going to show up for yourself like crap. One thing I need you to understand is your internal world always reflects your external. So if you got chaos going on in your pretty head, I know for a fact you got chaos in your real life. If you disrespect yourself in your pretty head, I know for a fact you got people in your life who disrespect you too. And you sit there and take it and then give them the benefit of the doubt so they can turn around and do it again. That's got to change. Got to fix that. The biggest distraction that I struggled with in my own journey was alcohol abuse. And I told you I started that toxic habit when I had that toxic job. And you would have thought that once I quit the job, that my alcohol problems would just go away. No. Ladies, let me tell you this. Your problems do not just go away. They always get worse until you fix it, until you change. See, at least when I was at work, I couldn't be drunk for 8 hours because I had to work, right? I had to drive. But when I quit, because I quit during COVID, now I have nothing but time to drink because everything's shut down. I'm not working. I got all the time in the world to get drunk. See, I quit my job on a whim. I didn't have any money saved up. I had just bought a house 6 months prior. But I had been there for 6 years. I was fed up. I was turning 30 in a few months. You just get to a point where you're just like, you know what? F y'all. I don't care what happens. I am out. So I put in my 2-week notice, and that was it. That was all she wrote. Now, I also believe God told me the time to quit was in that moment, so I listened and I quit. And my goal was I was going to live off of my stimulus for a few months and build my business. Now, I didn't have much stimulus in the first place, okay? I don't have any kids. My stimulus, I only had about $2,000 to my name, and my mortgage was $1,900. So the shit was going to crash and burn if I didn't figure something out because I just didn't have enough money. But that was the plan, okay? I figured I could make some payment arrangements, just figure it out, do what I got to do. But that was the plan, okay? So I'm at home doing all the things that you do. Watching the TikTok videos and the lives and watching YouTube videos on content and monetization, digital products, just trying to make it all make sense. Algorithms, platforms, sales. And I convinced myself that I was doing all the things that I was supposed to do. I told you guys, the worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. I convinced myself I was being productive, but I wasn't because I was always drunk. I'm getting pissed because it's not working. Nobody's watching my content. Nobody's buying my stuff. And I'm running out of money. But I had ego back then, and it was out of control. And I never blamed myself for anything because I was perfect as is. I had no room for improvement. It's always somebody else's fault. It was YouTube's fault because they're not pushing my videos. It's Instagram's fault because they're not pushing my content. But in reality, I wasn't posting and I wasn't going live because I was always drunk. And then I'm getting mad at God because I'm like, God, you told me to quit. You told me the time is now. I quit and I'm running out of money. I already made a payment arrangement with my lights. If I don't pay the bill on the date that we set, they will cut them off. There's no more arrangements. I already missed one mortgage payment. If I miss another, they're gonna start trying to foreclose on a house I haven't even been in yet for a whole year. I'm stressed and I'm scared. I didn't want to say to myself that I had a drinking problem. I was embarrassed and I felt shame and guilt. I didn't want to say that out loud because then that would mean I'm the reason why. No. My ego couldn't handle it. My ego could not handle it. So I just continued to lie to myself some more. And I convinced myself that as long as I don't drink before 11 a.m., I'm not an alcoholic. Because see, alcoholics, they start their day with alcohol. So even though I drink all day, every day, as long as I don't start my day with alcohol, then I don't have a problem. So there's nothing to talk about. What? I can't make this up. The worst lies are the lies that you tell yourself. But you get to a point where you can't keep running from you. Eventually, you're going to hit a brick wall. And God is going to force you to listen. See, I believe God is within us. So I have God within me, you have God within you. And those ideas that we get, that's God telling you, try this. Let's do this. Those are seeds that he plants. That gut feeling, that intuition that you get, that's God trying to warn you of something. But one thing I've noticed is we spend way more time trying to avoid listening to God than we do actually listening. See, people love to say that they listen to God. It sounds good in conversation. It sounds good on paper. It makes you feel good. But what do your actions say? Because actions always speak louder than words. And if that was not true, let me ask you this. How many ideas did God give you in 2025 that you refused to try? If that's not true, well then let me ask you this. How many times did you go against your guts just to find out later you were right the whole time? We never want to listen to God. We would rather distract ourselves than listen. But eventually, God is going to make you listen. And I'll never forget. I was scared out of my mind. I thought I was about to lose my house. And God said, Jazz, what are you doing? You have been begging me for a business for years. Which is true. I had been. He said, the opportunity is right in front of you and you're wasting it. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to keep doing what you've been doing, which is a whole bunch of nothing? Or are you going to change? Are you going to fix it? I decide to change. I decide to fix it. I decide to stop drinking. Haven't had a drink in almost 5 years. I will never touch alcohol again. I am done. But since I decided to change, my whole life began to change. I started posting consistently. My platform started growing. I started making sales. All because I decided to change. I started to feel good about myself for the first time in my entire life. I started to say nice things to myself, like, Jazz, you're amazing. Jazz, you can do this. I'm so proud of you. All because I decided to change. See, what a lot of people don't realize, and what I didn't realize back then, in order to get something, you are going to have to give up something. You cannot have both. In order to get something, you have to give something up. in order for me to get the business that I had been begging God for years, I had to give up excuses. I had to give up procrastination. I had to give up negative self-talk. I had to give up fear. I had to give up distractions. I had to give up alcohol. But let me tell you this. When I gave all of those things up, God opened the floodgates of heaven for me. God gave me everything I asked for and more. All because I decided to change. See, I had just asked God to help me make $60K a year to replace the job I left. And I even started negotiating that. I said, Lord, if you can help make $45K, I'll make it work. I'll cut the cable off. Just help me get out of this job. Girl. God gave me 6 figures. I asked God to help me get to 1K Instagram followers. I don't know. I didn't even know 10 people. I thought that'd be pretty cool. 1,000 Instagram followers? Shit. God gave me 100,000 Instagram followers. I asked God for 5K YouTube subscribers. I don't know. I thought that was a lot. God gave me 30,000 YouTube subscribers. I asked God for just a little bit of confidence so I could stop crying all the time and feeling sorry for myself. God gave me a lot of confidence. There's nothing I don't think I can't do. I can't even remember the last time I cried. All because I decided to change. See, the woman I was back then didn't align with who I wanted to become. See, this version of me, I'm confident, I love myself, I know how to put myself first and not feel guilty about it. I have boundaries, I don't disrespect myself, and I damn sure ain't gonna allow someone else to disrespect me. I'm running my business on my terms and not caring what people think of me. This version of me was always inside. However, it was buried under the fear, the limiting beliefs, and the distractions that I refused to let go of. And I was never going to become this version until I changed who I was. You are going to have to change. See, we delay our own blessings because God already has the blessings for you. He designed you for them. And He's ready to give you the world. But the problem is, He also gives us free will. So you can do whatever the hell you want to do. He's not going to stop you. And if you want to waste 5 years, He'll let you. If you want to waste 20 years, He will let you. Some people waste their entire life. But He will not give you the blessings that He has for you until you become obedient and until you change. You are going to have to change. But when you do, He's ready to give it all to you. And maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe change is hard. Okay. But let me remind you, the life that you're currently living is hard. Crying every single day because you are unhappy right now is hard. I've been there, I've done that, I know. Going to a job that drains your spirit is hard. I've been there and I've done that, I know. Not even believing that you're worthy of happiness, success, and wealth is hard. I have been there. I have done that. I know. Trust me, I know. I've lived both hards. And I will always choose this one. Because at least this hard comes with peace. This hard comes with purpose. This hard comes with freedom. This hard comes with happiness. This hard comes with confidence. And it comes with income. Your comfort zone that you refuse to leave is killing you. It is stressing you. It is depressing you. It is frustrating you. And it is draining you. You can do anything you want. There is no limitation on your greatness except the limitation that you put on yourself. If you even thought about creating content, that's because you can. If you even thought about running a business, that's because you can. If you ever thought about selling your products, that's because you can. Those ideas that have come into your head is because God put them there. But in order to actually accomplish it, you are going to have to change. Because if you don't, you will not live your dream life. For those of you guys who want to change, then I want to help you. But I can only help people who want it. If you are 1000% happy with your life and the direction it's going in and there's no room for improvement, then fine, keep doing what you're doing. If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, then don't fix it. But if you're not 1000% happy with the direction your life is going in and you want to change it, then I want to help you. See, inside Glow Up Academy, I'm going to teach you how to run your business. Anything that you want to do, I promise you, it's all inside of Glow Up Academy. If you want to sell your digital products, we'll build them and we'll sell them together. If you want to monetize your platform, so you want to get paid to be on YouTube, to post on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, fine, I'll teach you. All of my platforms are monetized. It's in there. Maybe you want to sell on TikTok Live, like how I do, how my students do, how thousands of other creators do. Fine, I'll teach you. It's in there. Every single thing that you need to be successful with your online business is inside of there. But not only am I going to teach you how to build your business inside of Glow Up Academy, ladies, I'm also going to teach you how to build yourself. You are getting in your own way. Inside of Glow Up Academy, together, you and I are going to build your consistency. Inside Glow Up Academy, you and I are going to build your confidence. Inside Glow Up Academy, you and I are going to build your discipline. You've tried and you've tried. And the reason why you're not getting the results that you want is because you haven't changed who you are. Glow Up Academy is the space where we change it together. So not only do you start today, you actually follow through. Glow Up Academy is the space for the woman or the man who is ready to change themselves so that they can finally reach all the goals that they have for their life. Now, before I let you inside Glow Up Academy, a couple of things. Number one, believe it or not everybody has the same journey. I only let 10 people in at a time because some people have a product, no audience. Some people have an audience, but they don't have a product. Some people have a million ideas, but we gotta lock in on one. I told you guys earlier, money flows where energy goes. And for a lot of you guys, you're spreading yourself way too thin. God gave you a million ideas and you're trying to do all a million at once. That's a problem. We're gonna pick your most favorite idea, one, and we're gonna grow that. And then once that one is flourishing, then we'll reach back into the pile and pull another one. There's an order of operations here, okay? Some of you guys have no clue as to what kind of digital product or business you wanna start. Fine, we'll figure it out together. And some of you guys don't wanna start a business yet. There are other things that you wanna work on first, and fine, we'll work on those together. No matter where you're at in your journey, I can help you. I have just noticed for myself, having more than 10 people join at one time overwhelms me. And I wanna make sure that I'm able to pour into everyone the way that they deserve. So that's why I cap it at 10, and then once I reach 10, I take the link down, and I don't accept more until I'm ready, okay? Something else. I'm gonna set a 10-minute timer, okay? Because I only wanna help women who want help, okay? And I can't force change upon anyone, and I'm not trying to. The woman who knows she wants to change, she's gonna move. She's not gonna overthink. She may not know how to change, and that's okay because that's where I come in, but she knows she wants it. I just need you to want it, okay? And I will show you how to get it. So when the timer starts, do not overthink. You already know I can help you. That's why you're still here. That's what I know about humans. You could be anywhere on the internet right now, but you chose to stay here because deep down inside, you know you want more, and you know that I'm able to help you. So do not overthink. Just move, because once that 10-minute timer goes off, we're done, okay? One last thing before I allow you guys to join. Glow Up Academy is lifetime access. So once you're inside forever, okay? You're gonna always have access to everything in there. The stuff that's already in there and the stuff I add every single month. You're gonna always have access to our live coaching calls. We go live, yes. You're gonna always have access to our Sunday resets. We do those on Sundays. You're going to always have access to ask me any questions that you have, okay? So you will always be in. You can't get rid of me. Me and you are locked in forever, okay? Now, because Glow Up Academy is lifetime access, I sell it for $5.97 and women join. It is worth every single penny, okay? I have countless reviews. Because you guys were on this live this morning, because you could be anywhere, but you chose to stay here, and that means something to me. I'm going to bring the price down, okay? And I'm gonna keep it down for the 10 minutes that the timer is running. But once that timer ends, I'm taking the price up, and it'll be back at $5.97. Okay? You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up and still get in. But once that timer goes off, we are back at $5.97. So do not overthink. Just move. Okay? I'm gonna show TikTok how to join first, and then I'll show YouTube. YouTube, y'all's instructions are a little bit different, so just kind of hang tight for a few seconds. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, oopsies. You guys are gonna click on my profile picture up at the top. Now this TikTok, y'all are on my main account, Why Women Stay Broke. You're on my main account. So that account does not look like this one. However, the link is still the same, okay? You guys are gonna click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And you're gonna click on this red button that says open. And then here we are. You're gonna click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. It is marked down, it is $249. It will stay $249 for lifetime access for 10 minutes, and then we'll be back up at $5.97, okay? Scroll down, feel free to read my reviews, I do not mind. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address, please. Ladies, what you put in is where it's going. Sometimes the autocorrect gets you. Sometimes you guys are hurt, you're rushing, and then you misspell something. So please quadruple check that, okay? And before you leave off of my live, I need you to confirm to me that you received everything in your email, okay? If there was a spelling mistake, no worries, I'll fix it right here and you'll still get everything you need to get. So just please make sure you quadruple check that, okay? You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up. And then you're gonna click on this blue button that says Start My Glow Up. Within 30 seconds tops, really like 5 or 10. Thank you, Melly, but within 30 seconds tops, you should be receiving your first email from Stan, okay? If you did not get that email, that's because there was a spelling mistake. But like I said, no worries, we'll fix it right here on live. This is why I need you to confirm to me that you received everything before you leave me. You will be getting a second email. That's from Jasmine Spencer. That is me. That second email, I want you to open it and click on the yellow button that says Join Now. And I want you to confirm that you see everything inside of Glow Up Academy, okay? So it's 2 emails you're getting. The first one is from Stan and the second one is from Jasmine Spencer. Before you leave, I need you to confirm you received both, okay? I'm gonna show you guys again. TikTok, you're gonna click on my profile picture up at the top twice. You're gonna come here and click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then click on this red button that says open. And then click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, your instructions are a little bit different. You guys are gonna leave my live. You're gonna come to my YouTube channel and click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then, where's my cursor? Hold on. You guys are gonna click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. And then here we are, same thing. Become the woman who follows through. It's already marked down to $249 for lifetime access. Scroll all the way down, feel free to read my reviews. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna and then Start My Glow, this big blue button, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start the timer now. And I see you guys joining, just hang tight for a few seconds. I'm about to send out the second email now. One last thing, once you guys are inside, this is critical, you guys. Once you guys are inside, I want you to respond to my message. Once I get off of this live, I hop right inside and I'm gonna start talking to you because I need to know more about you. What are you struggling with? What have you tried? What have you not tried? What are your goals, right? I wanna know so I can help you. I can't help what I don't know, okay? There is an icon here, a message icon. I need you to click on it and respond to my message. Please do not leave me on red, okay? Please do not leave me on red. Now, sometimes you guys are rushing to join and you don't have time to respond to me in the moment, that's fine. But I want you to promise me that before you go to bed tonight, you are going to respond to my message. We are moving forward, okay? We're not wasting any more time. So I need you to respond so we can start fixing whatever needs to be fixed and getting you to the results that you want, okay? So please make sure you respond to me. Okay, let me go ahead and start sending out those second emails. Just kind of hang tight for a few seconds. All right, let's see where we at. Chrissy, can you check your email for me? Chrissy. Aisha, can you check your email for me? Chrissy and Aisha and RJK. Chrissy, Aisha, RJK. I'm not sure which lives you guys are on. Can you please check your email? I'm waiting for you guys to confirm to me that you received that. Okay? Let's do a few more affirmations and we're going to close it out. Chrissy, Aisha, RJK. That's what I see right now. Okay. Let's see. Let's do another one. I have the strength to overcome any setbacks. I have the strength to overcome any setbacks. First of all, when it comes to setbacks, it's how we perceive a setback. A lot of times rejection is just redirection. So if something's not working the way you want it to work, that doesn't mean you give up on it. That means you readjust. That means you try something different. That does not mean you give up on it. We got to fix that. Okay? We have got to fix that mindset. We got to fix it. All right? I take action towards my goals every day. Okay, I'll check. 1 second. I take actions towards my goals every day. Every single day, I need you to be doing something for yourself, something towards the goal that you have for your life. Nobody on here said that it had to be 5 hours a day. If you have 20 minutes, then that's what I want you to start with. And stop telling me what you don't have time for, because that's a lie. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. You know you have time because you are scrolling on social media. It amazes me how many of us would rather stay in a comfort zone that is draining us and making us miserable than to do something a little bit different, but then have the audacity to sit there and complain about the very thing that we refuse to change. I don't know why we do that. I don't know. I used to be the exact same way. It makes absolutely no sense. But you get stuck in that hamster wheel of not changing, but complaining. It is exhausting and it is draining. And despite the results that you have or lack thereof, you still make the choice to scroll on social and watch other people than to improve the life that you live. I don't know. It is a toxic, toxic cycle. But that has to change. You do not have a choice. It has to change. Okay? So every single day, we're going to commit to doing something. So if you have 20 minutes, what are you going to do with those 20 minutes? Are you going to bounce from one TikTok live to another? Or are you going to execute what you were taught? I don't know. Yes, let me check. And one more second, I'm gonna show you again. TikTok, in order to lock in, you can click on my profile picture up at the top twice. Come to my profile, click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then click on the red button that says open. And then click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. And then YouTube, you're gonna leave the live and then click on my, come to my channel and click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. Mark down the 249. All right, let me check for you. 1 second. Hold on, let me refresh my page. Okay, yes, I see you. Can you check your email for me? I just sent you that second email. Check that for me real quick. And for my ladies who are on the fence, let me tell you this. This is what I do know. You're here for a reason, because you could have left. You know what you want to do, and you know that I can help you, but you are still stuck in the watching from the sidelines. Every single day that you do not move forward, you are holding yourself back. And once I end this live, my voice does start to fade, and the impact that I had on you disappears. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So instead of talking about what you'll do later, do something different and do it now. We are already in February, and pretty soon we'll be in March. And then sooner than later, we will be in 2027. You have the choice to stop the cycle now and allow me the opportunity to tell you what we're going to get done so that it actually gets done. Or we can continue to complain and vent. Okay? Okay, check your email. I just sent you that. Let me know if you got that, please. Chrissy, I see you joined, so you're good. I see you inside. RJK, I see you inside. Very good. Hannah, can you check your email for me? I just sent yours. Just sent yours. Hannah, I still need you to join. And then Aisha, I still need you to join. Yeah, I'm waiting on y'all to join, like to actually enter. I'm waiting for y'all to enter, okay? We got a few more seconds. I have a few more slots left. I am deserving of every bit of love, joy, and positivity that comes my way. Amen to that. I am deserving of every bit of love, joy, and positivity that comes my way. Amen to that. The problem is, a lot of us don't believe that, and our actions show it. Your actions speak louder than words. You can say all day, I know I'm worthy of joy, success, happiness, and yada yada, but what do your actions show? Because if you still continuously put people before yourself who aren't even doing anything for you, that shows that you don't really believe that. If you are still choosing to scroll on social instead of lock in and do the very thing that you told yourself you're going to do, your actions do not show that. You keep going in a hamster wheel because you're doing everything except the one thing that you haven't done, which is fix you. A lot of you guys are still convinced that you just need more information, and I'm not going to convince you otherwise. Go ahead and keep on consuming more and more information. But until you change who you are, none of that information is going to be of any use to you. Because I could tell you exactly how to monetize your YouTube channel quickly. But if you don't even believe that you're worthy of success, you're going to self-sabotage it. You're not going to do it. How to grow your TikTok lives and make sales on TikTok. But if you still care what people think, you're going to self-sabotage it. And you're not going to do it. You have refused to fix yourself. You want to keep doing all this busy work so that you can feel like you're getting something done. But what do the results show? Because if you're not making consistent sales, if you still do not have your product, and if you're not posting, the results are showing that you're not doing much of anything, but wasting time. Self-sabotaging. Perfect, thank you. So, you can either get the help that you know you need, or you can continue to choose to waste more time. Yes, I see you inside now. Let me send you that. 1 second, babe. Okay, check your email for me and let me know you got that. Okay, Hannah, I see you inside now. You're good. Hannah, I see you. I'm still waiting on, well, hold on. She might already be in here. Okay. I'm still waiting on one more person to confirm they received their email. We have 30 seconds left and we're closing it out. If anyone is about to join, let me know. I'll keep the price down for a few more minutes. If not, we're gonna close it out. Let me show you guys one more time. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, you're gonna click on my profile picture up at the top twice. You come to my profile and click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. How many sales do you average a day? How many members do you have? Yes, so it depends on the day. Depends on the day. Some days I make about 1,500. Some days I make about 2,000. Some days I might make 3. Okay. She said, I want to join, but I've wasted so much on these courses and don't want to make the same mistake because you're not changing yourself, Jay. This is the biggest problem. What I have noticed, oopsies. What I have noticed is people have become addicted to buying courses because they believe that they buy course after course, that it'll all just come together. But what you have not done was change yourself. What you have not done is implemented time that you're going to dedicate for yourself. What you have not done is put yourself first. What you have not done is keep the promises that you've made to yourself. If you told yourself that you were going to work on your business Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 30 minutes, why have you not done that? Because there are things about you that is holding you back. And that's what Glow Up Academy is for. This is where you and I come together and we fix it together. So not only are you going to tell me what your goals are, but we're going to make sure they actually get done. We're going to create a schedule for you in your life, and you're going to stick to it. We're going to choose one thing that you want to change about your life, and we're going to stick to that. The problem is you're trying to change 50 things at one time. No, the courses are BS. Well, I have not purchased any courses, so I don't know. But what I do know is you're not fixing yourself. The information is of no use to you if you do not put yourself first. The information is of no use to you if you do not rearrange what you are prioritizing. If you do not sit down and do what you say you're going to do. And that comes with restructuring. This is why I'm telling you guys, I need you to make sure you respond to my message because I need to know what's going on. And we're going to restructure it together. And you got to do it. Okay. Okay. I'm still waiting on one more person. You guys, please, when y'all get that second email from me, when y'all get the second email, I need you guys to actually join. I need you guys to join. Don't just tell me you got it, but please like join. So I know that you're inside. I need you to be inside, okay? All right, I think we're... All right, YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, we're gonna close it out. You're gonna leave the live. You're gonna come to my channel and you're gonna click on the link right here that says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then you're gonna click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. And then here we are, become the woman who actually follows through. Like I said, it's already marked down, it's $2.49. Become the woman who actually follows through, scroll all the way down, feel free to read my reviews. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna, and then click on this blue button that says Start My Glow Up. And within 30 seconds, you should be receiving that first email from Stan, followed by that email from me, okay? Do you guys have any more questions before we get off of here? I still see 3 people on my site. If you're about to enroll, let me know. I'll keep it down for a few more seconds. If not, we're gonna go ahead and close it out. I'm still waiting on an RJ. I really don't like getting off of this live, so I know everyone's where they're supposed to be. Oh, where she is. Okay. All right. I guess we'll just close it out here. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I truly enjoyed you guys this morning. For those of you guys who joined, I'm hopping in now. You'll be getting a message from me in the next few minutes. For those of you guys who didn't, that was a choice that you made. You have got to execute. And if you don't do that, you will continue to run into the same problem every single day. You got to change. And if you don't want me to help you change, fine. But the common denominator in our own life is you. Okay? All right. Make sure you guys follow me so you do not lose me, because they do steal my videos and then they make fake accounts. All right. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have an amazing